Hello everybody, this is Maniac for Bricks, and I am here today with set number 4745, Blue Eagle vs. Snowcrawler. This is a LEGO Alpha Team set from 2004, and this was released with the last wave of Alpha Team sets, Mission Deep Freeze. This set has 258 pieces, includes 2 minifigures and 1 ice orb. It was originally retailing in the United States for the price of $30. It's actually a mid-range type of set in terms of size. We'll take a closer look at it now. For our minifigures in the set, from left to right, we have Agent Dash and an Ogle drone. These are the Mission Deep Freeze costumes or variants of these figures, and I'd have to say they look pretty good. You might have actually seen that face from Dash before because it's appeared multiple times in Space Police sets and Mars Mission sets after this theme was discontinued. Unfortunately, there's no back printing on the back, and they don't have alternate faces. But they do look pretty good. I do like the costume designs for them. These, for the Asians, kind of look similar, but they do have a bit of color variation, and some of the torso variation is good. The drones actually look pretty good. They're not too strict like the first ones in 2001 and 2002. And I do like the dark red style with them better than I like just the regular red with them. I'm not really sure if they're still zombies technically. I mean, they would seem that way from how they're portrayed throughout the series, but they are called drones at this point, so who knows. The blue vehicle is the vehicle of choice for Agent Dash. It's actually nice how it has this flight look to it, and not exactly of an eagle look unless you count this back talon, but we'll get more into that in just a little bit. I think it's only one of the 2 of the aerial types of vehicles from LEGO Alpha Team Mission Deep Freeze. The other one, it was actually, in the transformation, it's an aerial vehicle, but originally designed to be a land vehicle. A lot of land vehicles in this theme, so this one actually stands out for something that flies. It's got some nice pattern on it. You got that nice color scheme of sand blue, dark blue, a little bit, well, actually a lot of black in this one. Some white in some areas, and the trans orange to cover up on top. Makes some nice little streaks on it. We have some turbines on the back. You can move these back and forth when we do the transformation. You'll see more about that. You can also open up this front cockpit. And much like the original Alpha Team, these have the same pattern with the pieces on top. The color associates with the figure that's using the vehicle. So this one is blue as in Dash. And you can actually fit him inside of here. And he fits in pretty easily. And he even has his own control panel on the inside. Let's see if I can get a closer look at that. It's simply a printed tile piece, a 2x2 tile, and it has a cool background to it. It has a little bit of dials in there too. No actual controls for him to hold, but still looks pretty good. This easily flips back on. It's actually the wrong one from the reseller that I got this from. It is supposed to be square in the middle, not circular. So, slightly off, but still pretty good. On this model, we also get to see some skis on the sides, which is actually part of the main feature. Here's a look at it from the bottom. Now, as far as the play feature, I don't know what the other vehicle is called, but you can actually change this. You unlatch these pieces, bring this part down, tilt it up a little bit. The wings fold inward, and it starts to stand up like this. And then you could pull these 2 pieces back. Like I said before, the turbines can go back. So now we have this land vehicle. It's actually kind of awkward in its appearance for being really tall, but I could see they're trying to use some sort of transformation function with this being something other than just a jet fighter or a jet plane, whatever you want to call it. It's a good thought, but not really my favorite mode for this. I personally like the first mode. Here we have the Snowcrawler. This is one of what could be hundreds of types of vehicles that Ogle uses for distributing his ice orbs, pretty much freezing the globe. That's his plan for Mission Deep Freeze. And when I say hundreds, I mean that in the comics, on the Lego Club magazine pages, they would normally show this same model almost hundreds of times. This is the main model that is used for distributing the ice orbs. It can hold some in the front claw, which is actually a pretty cool design. You can see it kind of looks like a beetle or some sort of insect. Interesting angle. Animal vehicles much? I'm talking to you, Chima and Ninjago. Now this back section can open up and we can see an ice orb inside of there. We'll take a closer look at that in a little bit. These wings can also fold up and fold out so you can make it actually fly. Well, it's supposed to look like it's flying because, again, it's in the beetle shape. So it kind of has a beetle characteristic, which is actually pretty cool. Now from the back, there is a feature in which you could launch this out of the vehicle. There's a small lever on this side. Let's see if I can show it on camera. This small gray lever that you can press and it'll simply just leap out of the back. Just trying not to launch it too far. There we go. So now we can redistribute the ice orbs in different places, or you can simply just put it on the front of the vehicle. It actually clips into place, and you can even move this up and down and drop it off somewhere. And maybe just tap on it. It rolls very easily, by the way. Not like our previous ones where it has a flat bottom. This one has a rounded bottom. The mechanism in the back is pretty cool. I do like that. And I'd actually like if they gave us two of them so you could have one to keep inside and one that you can hold in the front of it. Now this has a couple interesting leg designs. Well, one leg design that's actually borrowed from previous pieces, but I still like the look of it. These are a little interesting on the ends, a little bit off in terms of, you know, how easy it could just pop off. But I still like it. It's a good thought. It makes it a little bit unique. And we have one other play feature with this, but before we get to that, we'll take a closer look at the cockpit area, where we have some printed pieces. Some of you may recognize this printed tile, shown up recently in different YouTubers' hauls, in fact. And on the back, we have this very cool looking control panel. It has some sort of dropping mechanism shown on there on the screen. This mainly doesn't need any sort of cockpit to it because the drone inside isn't really it's a zombie. It doesn't really need any sort of protection, or does it? Now, as we bring in our Blue Eagle, there's a small function on the top. You may be wondering, why is this whole section open? Well, this has a function in which we push it in, and that claw in the back that I mentioned earlier, well, we can actually grab this vehicle with the claw. And guess what? It actually makes a cool function. So we can bring this in, get the claw close, we'll push on the trigger, and grab it, and you can pull the front mechanism out. So it's kind of a way of deactivating the vehicle. I don't think this would really do anything on its own. So it is a cool function that simply works just by these two parts being held in by simple pieces that have holes on the ends of them, and this axle goes right through them. It's easy to reassemble and fun to play with. You can just swoop in, maybe pick it up, and drop it down, and bam, make it crash. I didn't even expect that part, but I still like it. The instructions for this set are fairly simple. There are a few smaller mechanisms inside, but first we'll look at the comic, which kind of shows us the play feature we saw before, picking it up in the midair and dropping it on the ground, trying to deactivate the vehicle, and then Dash goes in to deactivate the evil orb. Each of these are separated into their own bags, so technically if you wanted to, you could just pull out one part, build just the bug, or pull out one bag and just build the Blue Eagle. So it's actually kind of divides up the build pretty easily between the two vehicles. So there's not any numbered bags for this one. This has the play features shown on the back, as I showed you before. It also has some alternate models, 2 helicopters, that's interesting. It even shows us the other sets from this line in the first wave of Deep Freeze sets. Most of these are pretty cool, actually. And we will be reviewing this one soon, if I haven't already. On the back, this gets to show us some of the other sets in their boxes. Kind of an odd page. And we have a maze on the back of here. Now what you do is each of these sets includes that cockpit piece that we saw that has the trans red on part of it. What we can do with that, just give me a second to pull it off of the vehicle. It pulls off pretty easily, so you can use it in different ways. One of them being in the instructions, another being on the ice orb, but we can trace this over it, and basically gets rid of all this red around it by using the trans red on here, and we try to find the right path that's going to lead us to Ogle. Yeah, I think I found it. I didn't even have to try that hard, but apparently flex is the right path. So that way it allows you to see the blue lines a little bit easier and kind of get rid of some of the other coloring of the red around it and things like that. So it is kind of a cool feature. And they have the wind section on the back. This is an ice orb. Each set from Alpha Team Mission Deep Freeze has at least one of these, and these are designed as the new forms of evil orbs, and the plot for Ogle to freeze the world cold. Now what we can do is with our cockpit piece, as I showed before and probably will show throughout the rest of the review as well, it works much like the Explorians theme in that it cancels out some of the red color that's in printed pieces. So you can see right here that we have a whole bunch of red and yellow surrounding this little signal, or symbol. Now if we put this right over it, we can only see the symbol better. Now, as far as this theme works, the blue symbol on this side of the orb means that the orb is activated and could potentially freeze whoever touches it. On this side, we don't get to see that symbol, so it basically means it's been deactivated or is not functioning. It's actually made out of a few simple pieces. You've probably seen this crystal ball globe type piece before. And the main part that's doing that printing and function is this head. It's actually a double-sided head with two different ways of showing the evil orb. It sits on a few pieces, and it's pretty easy to build. It's a pretty cool thing. I know there's going to be a lot of cool puns in these reviews. It may have been hard to notice, but I didn't include the stickers on the vehicles. Anything that you saw in there was printed. There are only 2 stickers that were included for this set, and they both go on the different sides of the cockpit, just the sand blue part for the Blue Eagle. And sorry about that noise. So I think it still looks good without the stickers on there. If you wanted to have anything without the stickers, everything else pretty much covers it. As far as colors and the prints, it sums it up well. I think this is a really cool set, and for $30 you're getting a good value with 2 figures in their own large vehicles. They seem relatively good sizes to each other, so it has a bunch of play features on each one, good interaction between them, and different ways of playing with them. I would love to get a bunch more of these if I was, if I could afford it, but, you know, it would be a hefty thing to do, and trying to buy a whole bunch of these to make a nice little army of them, have them trying to run around different areas and drop off the ice orbs. It would be a cool thing to do. I know the cool pun is in there again, but it would be an expensive thing to do as well. I really like the features in both of these, and I'd say it's a pretty cool set. I know, I gotta stop using that word cool. So thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to check out some more LEGO Alpha Team reviews on a playlist on my channel. If you haven't already uploaded them, there will be more Mission Deep Freeze reviews coming soon. So stick around, and thank you for watching this video. We'll see you next time with more LEGO videos.